The All Systems Go Africa Symposium. United Systems thinking with technical expertise and public policy to accelerate the vision of universal access to water, sanitation, and hygiene. Hear from systems leaders and experts about the status and the changes required to achieve the ambitious water, sanitation, and hygiene targets that have been set by national governments across the continent.
One key thing that struck me from morning till now has been the abysmal performance of Africa when it comes to being on track for both safely managed water and safely managed sanitation. And I was really looking at the fact that only 2 countries out of 48 countries are on track for sanitation and only 3 are on track for safely managed water. Then it means that what have we been doing for all these years?
As Africa, I think we are doing well in terms of wash, sanitation, and hygiene. I think a lot still needs to be done, and we need to do a lot more education to get people to venture into the sector so that we can solve our solutions as Africans, come up with more innovative ways that are related to our structures that we have, our type of settlements, our geographical area. So going forward, we don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Je crois que l'hygiène, l'eau, l'hygiène, l'assainissement, c'est le socle pour des soins de qualité. Et dans le domaine de la conception santé publique, la médecine, il faut avoir de l'eau, une bonne pratique d'hygiène et avoir des structures d'assainissement adéquats pour pouvoir offrir des soins de qualité.
We have positive impacts or results from other countries, which we need to learn together. And this is a very good platform for that networking and pushing the agenda for all system strengthening in Africa. We have a whole country, Liberia, coming up to have a whole policy against open defecation. And they are going to pass it through. We have other countries coming up. We heard our own country, Ghana, has also looked at ways of ensuring people get access to water. The Ghana Water Company has talked about subsidizing water for the poor persons, and then they're looking at the income bracket. So I think there are a lot of things that people are doing, and this particular platform would garner all the good lessons.
So there is a huge gap between service delivery and the resources that we need to be able to accelerate action on achieving the continental water and sanitation goals. Going forward, we have this Africa Water Vision 2025, and you agree with me that it just left about 2-3 years for us to reach there. But out of the 11 indicators of the Africa Water Vision, we are doing well on only 1, which means that there is a lot for us to do to be able to achieve the Africa Water Vision by 2025. There is still a huge gap between what we do, policy and practice. And without data, without information, you will not be able to develop evidence-based policies for us to achieve the Africa Water Vision.
En fonction des réalités de chaque pays, travailler avec les acteurs au niveau national et local pour trouver les solutions qui sont les plus adaptées. Une chose est de trouver les solutions en matière de planification de fourniture, mais une autre chose, c'est la durabilité des services. Parce qu'on a vu aujourd'hui qu'il y a beaucoup d'efforts qui ont été déployés en matière de lutte contre la défécation à l'air libre, mais aussitôt que les programmes d'accompagnement des communautés s'arrêtent, on remarque que les communautés retournent à la défécation à l'air libre.
That we need to look at in Uganda and generally in Africa is regulation. We need to regulate because quite a number of utilities, if you look at the tariff we are charging, at times it's quite exorbitant. So the regulator needs to come in. The quality of water that is served may be wanting. And so we need to to do the checking. And a number of times we are regulating, basing ourselves on the data that the utilities are giving us. We need independent data. So sometimes you need to check. As much as we trust, we need to check.
Moving forward, we need to be strong. We need, for each area, everybody coming together and working together to have one system in place makes it easier for everybody to give. So if there's one national plan and everybody plugs in, and that's different aspects of the same thing, same strategies, it is easier for everybody, government monitoring, whether it's international organizations tracking how the country is performing, everything is one, everything is uniform, everybody understands.
When we say that in terms of the new global agenda, we don't want to leave anyone behind, it behoves on us to understand who's being left behind, what exactly do they need, and how are they being left behind. Then we can plan. So it's all a function of planning and how we take decisions, but that must be informed by clear evidence on what is needed, who is where, and what do they need. And then above all, we have to be committed to follow through on that plan, because very often that's where the issues are. We have the plans, we've thought through what people need, and we are ready to provide it, but is there the follow through until the last person gets it? It's not an easy ask, but yeah, that's what we've signed up.